やらなくていいの。
ガキは好みじゃねえんだよ。
You love a good harem anime, don't you? But obviously you don't want to keep watching the same anime over and over again. So, that's why my handsome weeb, that in today's video you are going to see the top 10 new harem anime that you should watch in 2021. And as always, without further ado, let's get right into it. And to start in the best way possible, the first anime on our list is Kanojo Makanojo. This anime is airing right now, and it is hella funny. And it tells the story of a boy that after many attempts, after so many years, finally managed to date his childhood friend, the girl that he always loved. They lived happy moments, until the day a strange girl confessed to her main character. And our main character decided that he also wanted to date with that girl, but he didn't want to betray his girlfriend. So he decided that was a good idea to date with both girls. And if you want to know how the story continues, make sure to watch the anime. And by the way, if you want to receive more top 10 anime lists, just like this one, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. This way you won't lose when I post the next videos. How a realist hero revealed the kingdom. This anime is also airing right now, and it tells the story of a boy that was incarnated to another world as a hero. The kingdom decided to summon her main character, so he could fight against the Demon Lord troops. But instead of fighting in the front line, her main character decided to help by managing the financial affairs of the empire. The king, seeing the great work he had done, decided to hand him the throne, and this way our main character became the new king. But it doesn't end here, because the king also decided to offer his daughter hand. And just like this, now our main character needs to start solving the economic and social problems that the kingdom is passing through. And for the next anime on our list, we have Ozamaki, romcom where the childhood friend won't lose. A great name, I must say. And this show tells the story of a boy that was an excellent actor as a child. Unfortunately, his mom died, what made him stop being an actor. Now, this boy grew up, and his childhood friend is the most popular girl in school, and also is in love with him, so she confessed to him. And her main character decided to reject her, because he is in love with another girl. The girl that he loves is a popular school idol. As the anime goes, more girls that love him will appear, and a great revelation will occur. So, if you like harem animes with romance and some drama, make sure to watch this one. Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Incarnation. I know you are smart, so you already realized that this one is another isekai. Our protagonist is an otaku that didn't want to do anything with his life. One day, he was walking down the street and decided to save 3 teens from a truck. Unfortunately, the truck ended up killing him, and he was reincarnated in a fantasy world. He started reading, studying, and learning magic very early on. And right from the birth, he was already overpowered. His parents also decided to hire a professional mage to teach him magic regardless of his age. As he grows up, he goes in countless adventures and meets a ton of girls. And if you want to meet more new animes to watch, consider checking out this other video that I made, where I show you the top 10 best ecchi harem animes you should watch. But of course, just when you finish this one. Bokotashi no Remake. This show tells the story of a game developer that worked in a company that unfortunately went bankrupt. Our protagonist regrets his life decisions, because he decided to study a normal subject at university, instead of following his dreams. He laid in bed, simply to think about his life, and ended up falling asleep. And to his surprise, when he woke up, he was suddenly transported 10 years back in time, and now he has a chance to pursue his dream and change his whole life. On his way, our protagonist ends up sharing a dorm with 2 girls and a boy that coincidentally study the same subject at the same university, which makes them get really close and become good friends. So, if you want to see the unexpected situations that will happen between our protagonist and the girls, make sure to watch the anime. And for the next anime on our list, we have Combatants Will Be Dispatched, another great anime I must say.
俺たちが支配者になって残る余生は七肉林の宝刀三昧でしょ。
In this show, our main character works in an evil organization, in which his job is to fight against the heroes. A job that he did pretty well, because he conquered almost the entire Earth. Now, this organization want to extend their reach, and decided to name our protagonist to do that. With that in mind, our protagonist entered a machine that transported him to another world, and his job is to fight against the Demon Lord, so the organization can conquer this new planet. And by the way, you will laugh watching this anime, because there is no way that you wouldn't. And let's keep going. For next anime on our list, we have Tatoeba Last Dungeon. In this show, our main character is also a boy that lives in a remote village, and this boy decided to go to the royal capital, so he could enroll in the military academy. Our protagonist always thinked and claimed to be weak, because he was the weakest person in his village. Because the people that live in his village descend from generations of heroes. Aside from overpowered, he is also an excellent person, and a lot of girls will get interested in him. The hidden dungeon only I can enter. Noir is the son of a low-ranking nobleman, and he, alongside his precious childhood friend, apply to be an adventurer. However, Noir isn't a normal boy, because he has the rare unique skill Great Sage. This is a powerful skill that can answer almost any question. Noir decided to ask the Great Sage how he could get stronger, and the Sage directed Noir to a hidden dungeon. Inside that dungeon, he found a legendary heroine imprisoned there, but she gave Noir some of her skills. Now with his new powers, Noir became extremely overpowered, and will go on a lot of adventures alongside his childhood friend, and even some other girls that will appear. But he still have to find a way to save the heroine. And if you like isekai animes, maybe you should take a look at this other video that I made, where I show you the top 10 isekai fantasy anime with an overpowered main character. Spirit Chronicles. Another anime that is airing right now, and in this one, the childhood friend of our main character go missing. She was missing alongside many other people, and our main character decided to go look for her. On his way, he unfortunately died in a bus accident, and was reincarnated as a homeless orphan to a new world. Right at his arrival, he found the princess of the kingdom that had been kidnapped, and saved her. As a reward for saving the princess of the kingdom, our main character was allowed to study at the Royal Academy, and that's what he did, guys, but to be honest with you, he didn't even need that, because he was already overpowered. And the last anime on our list is Igahiro. This anime starts with main character being rejected by the woman he has a crush on. After being rejected as a normal man, he got drunk and went home. Just kidding, don't do that, guys. It's bad for your health, and then you won't be able to remember the anime you saw when you were drunk, so isn't worth it at all. Anyways, on his way home, he found a schoolgirl sitting under a lamppost. The girl offered her body in exchange for a place to stay, but our main character is a shadow, so he rejected the offer. Even though he rejected the offer, he didn't want her to be alone on the street in the middle of the night. So our main character let her sleep in his apartment for that night. And I will tell you a secret, it isn't just for that night. This anime is a really wholesome one to watch, and as the story progresses, some romance will blossom. And if you also want to progress to another video with more anime recommendations, make sure to check this other video that I made. This is it for me, guys, hope you enjoyed and stay well.